We got 10 seconds.
I can't.
Go. Do it. For the podcast. Premium content.
Are you empty?
Yeah.
Joe won.
We're in premium content.
Well,
It's over. We did it.
So, I gotta settle so I don't throw up.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. 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 This is when we say premium. This is what we mean. You were talking about camp? So Steve was talking about camp. And speaking of camp, my second article, Steve, the scientists have discovered the oldest known Mayan ruins. That, I mean, the whole Mayan calendar theory of 2012, the end of the world, has been further disproven because this calendar, it shows that, you know, the old one showed that, like, there were these Baktuns or whatever, they're 400-year cycles.
Right, the cycles.
And they ended at
2012.
At 2012.
December 2012.
And there were 13 total.
Right.
But this one that was discovered, like, literally last week, it's pretty cool, Boston University discovered it. They were like, well, this one has 17 Baktuns, so I don't know about this whole 2012 thing. It's kind of interesting just because it further disproves the whole Mayan thing. And
right, because that's just, like, ludicrous. So, like, having someone say, no, we found another one.
I mean, it was already disproven, like, 100%, but there were all these people like, I mean, the Mayans, right? And, like, you know, work small talk things. Just like, ugh. It's just so annoying.
It's cliche.
Right. But at this point, it's like, no, seriously, completely done. We're done with this conversation.
Right.
So
for the premium content people who are interested in the end of my last story.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I was a camp counselor for a while, and I had a kid who would fucking ignore, like, volleyball and softball and fucking every fun thing we fucking did.
You know, to be fair, this is why it makes me so mad when someone's like that, is that I was kind of that kid. A little bit. But once I got involved, I fucking loved it.
Right. It's fun as hell.
Yeah. And people...
So...
Right.
We had this kid. Me and my friend Evan had this kid who he dug at every event. And one day he came up to me and Evan, who were his co-counselors, and he came up to us and said, "Steve, Evan, I want to dig for the rest of my life. Are there any jobs I can dig?" and we looked at him and like we both shrugged. And I'm like, "Fuck it." I didn't say fucking. I said we looked at each other, shrugged, and I said, I don't know, Mikey, you could be a grave digger.
Oh, my God.
A week later, his mother comes in to pick him up from camp. She walks up to me and Evan and goes, "Couldn't you have said anthropologist?" She was so pissed. She said anthropologist, archaeologist. Or no, maybe we might have said coal miner too. It was
poor guy.
I think I might have said I was like gravedigger, and Evan was like coal miner, and his mom was like anthropologist, archaeologist.
Would you please?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, I mean, they didn't pay. They didn't pay you a teacher's salary. They just paid you a counselor's
That's
salary.
right. They paid me counselor's
There's only
salary.
so much you could do.
Right. I can't do that. Like, I'm a kid. I'm in high school.
Yeah, you're doing the best you can. Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, okay, so I've done both of my articles. It's time for you to do yours.
Let me do some of my articles. Here's what I had. First of all, article number 1. Joe Biden, my favorite politician.
Steve really loves Joe Biden.
I'm not being sarcastic, just
He's
for
not.
context. I applied to work on Joe Biden's presidential campaign 3 days before
He's choking up right now.
Yeah, 3 days before he dropped out of the race. And then I applied to work in his office as a senator 2 days before he was announced as the running mate for Barack Obama.
Steve is the definition of jilted.
I love Joe Biden.
He's so jilted.
But
so jilted right now.
He apologized to Obama for coming out with his very positive stance on marriage equality.
I love your term, coming out.
He apologized to Obama for coming out on his stance for marriage equality.
Well,
before Obama was ready.
Before he was ready. I love because we were discussing this earlier at our previously mentioned in regular content, the happy hour we were at.
Uh-huh.
We were discussing the /fiction version of this announcement, where it was like Joe Biden was like, "I don't care. It's okay," and Obama was like, "It's not. We're not ready. We're not ready to.
We're not
ready to announce." And then he was like, "You know what? I'm ready."
Joe just went for it.
And
as Obama says, he got a little bit ahead of his skis.
Such a good term.
He used a skiing metaphor
that I hadn't heard of because I'm not as white as Obama.
As white as Barack Obama.
He's like, let me tell you what my Aspen friends would say. It's like, dude, don't use a ski metaphor. I know you're gonna get the black vote, but at least pretend. Come on. All the people back in the project are like, oh no, yeah, his head a little ahead of his skis. He leaned forward too much. You've seen that. We've seen that. We hate to see that. You hate to see a guy get ahead of his skis. We know that.
All of his rural vote. All of his inner city voters yeah, shit. We watch the X Games.
We know about. We know all about Super Jump. We know about Travis Pastrana, Shaun White. We don't want him to get ahead of his skis.
Oh no.
But yeah.
But anyway, Joe Biden thankfully apologized to Barack Obama for forcing his hand, if you will.
Right.
Also, my other article is...
Wait, what? Don't talk about this article.
Well, okay. If we want to talk about this...
Sure.
Joe Biden should not have to apologize to Barack Obama for being for marriage equality.
Well, that's very true. But... On a more meta political level,
yes.
It seems that the whole thing was a little bit planned. If Biden's like, oh, I'm sorry, Barack, I'm a loose cannon. I'm always going off the handle.
Right.
I'm Joe Biden.
See, I like that, and that actually
it plays off that.
If that's true, that makes me like Barack Obama more
because it's very.
If it is planned, because if Barack Obama's in his head is I cannot deal with myself morally, not saying I'm for gay marriage, but I can't just come out and do it. So let's get Joe Biden, who will do fucking whatever.
Prime the pump, and will be like, oh, you know, Joe, always say something. And then the North Carolina thing happened.
Right. So my
right in the
thing
middle.
Is, if that is the case, it makes me appreciate Barack Obama more.
Yeah.
If the case is that Joe Biden was just like, what shit, I don't care, get married. If you love each other, get married.
Right.
It makes me continue to love Joe Biden as much as I already do.
I feel like Steve is a little clouded in his opinion by his love of Joe Biden.
I love Joe Biden.
Steve literally, he just rides the Amtrak every weekday. Every time he has available, he's just on the Amtrak. And then he goes home. He just looks on Craigslist missed connections for for Joe Biden.
Someone winked at me today. I'm a senator. Is all the is the misconnection?
It's so vague, but you hope. You just hope against hope that it's Joe Biden.
I love Joe Biden. I love him.
He literally loves him. I want to underline this. And it's good to know that both Joe and the president condone your love.
Condone
and respect and appreciate and support. I don't know.
Condemn, but accept that it happens.
Well,
no, but so I really like Joe Biden. Whether or not he was a part of the ploy because he speaks his mind and Brock can't handle him, that makes me like him as much. Or he just said what he thought because he's like, fuck politics. Like, if you're gay, get married. I don't give a shit. I want you to be happy.
Right.
Either way, I think Joe Biden comes out on top.
As much as you love Joe Biden, I feel like he has been, of this term, the least relevant vice president we've had in a long time.
Okay, the vice presidents you're thinking about are Joe Biden and then Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney
and Al Gore.
He was fucking evil.
Right. Well, also Dick Cheney kind of ran the White House.
Right.
And but Al Gore had like his own message or whatever. What does Joe Biden? What does he do? What is his function?
When Barack Obama asked Joe Biden to be his vice president,
yes.
Joe Biden said one thing. He said, "I'll be your vice president, but at any point, if you're having a meeting in the White House with regards to anything, and I ask to be there, you have to let me be there, and you have to let me be part of the decision-making process." And
Freudian slip.
Marriage. Barack Obama said, "Okay." What that means is Joe Biden is going to be maybe a small, maybe quiet, but he's there for all major decisions. He's at the White House. He's part of the whole thing.
Right.
And the thing is, I think the thing with the last presidency was George W. Bush needed some coaching. Barack Obama is a career politician,
right,
and a career statesman. He doesn't need the coaching,
right? So Biden's free to like fuck around and mix it up, which is awesome,
and also be involved without having to be a coach.
Right,
he doesn't have to be a political coach.
Right. So we're about to end the premium content, but I want to know, in your opinion, was Biden a player in the game, or was he the catalyst who caused this whole thing to happen?
Accepting
was it
homosexual
all
marriage?
Starting with Biden, was it a game, or was Biden like did this shit and then everyone had to react?
You're asking me to guess,
yeah,
because it could be either way.
No, I'm asking you to tell me based on you were in there, you were in the room.
I think if I were to guess, I would say that Joe Biden saying I support marriage equality was not planned by the White House.
I agree with you. Because when he said that, the announcement out of his office after he said that was like, whoa, it's not policy. We don't, that's his personal opinion. It doesn't reflect the White House. But then 2 days later, Obama was like, it does reflect the White House. That's too inconsistent for it to be planned.
Right. I really don't think it was planned. I think he just wasn't really thinking
But I think it was planned in the fact that after Biden said that, they started planning immediately.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think the second Biden said it, everyone was like, oh my God.
Okay, let's do this. Let's
here we go.
And they, to their credit, they're, the best paid political operatives in the world, and they did their job.
Right.
It was a smart decision.
Right.
And
they timed it well.
Right.
And Barack looks, there's a lot of, all the articles online are like, will it pay off? Or like, did it work? And it's like, I think Barack Obama comes out of it looking as good, if not better. And if he looks worse, it's early enough that the damage that he's caused can be mitigated by the fact that Mitt Romney lies about everything.
Right. Well, and he's also a weirdo. So we're going to end it now because I don't want to go over 15 minutes so we can upload it.
Yeah, cheers.
And this was rollicking, as I've said.
Well, yeah.
It's a real word, Steve.
Right.
We will catch you later. Sign off, Steve.
Peace out.
Later, guys.
I've been recording. I watched it record for fucking ever.
Yeah?
I throw up in that garbage can
During
in the middle of the fucking podcast.
Yeah.